Hey, Slay Nation, it's your host, Heather, back with another episode of the So She Slays podcast. I'm really excited to have the Little Blue Cart in the studio today. Now, I know you're like, Heather, who the heck is the Little Blue Cart? Well, if you hold on for 2 seconds, I'm going to tell you. I initially reached out to them because our political climate right now was really trying to figure out how to spend my money wisely, and not support causes that I definitely don't believe in. But, we had a little discussion offline about I don't know if you can actually totally get away without spending money at corporations. But I wanted to see what my spending power could do if I was a little bit more conscious about how I spend my money and who I spend it with. But here's the biggest dilemma: your girl's busy. All right. I got shit to do. Just like everybody else. And I don't have time to sit here and research every single freaking buying decision I try to make. And so I'm on the hunt for platforms, businesses who already have something set up, but I know that marketplaces are vetted, businesses are vetted. These are, causes and people I would support, because if we all believe in, buying power and having your money go towards something that you support. So without further ado, Little Blue Cart is here. We have Aaron and Kate. Little Blue Cart is a vetted directory and marketplace connecting conscious shoppers to value aligned small businesses. That was the longest intro ever, but I feel like it was needed because I've literally, there's so many people I feel like that literally in the back of their minds they're like, yes, I want to do this. How do I do this though? So tell me how Little Blue Cart even came to be, and tell me where we're at right now.
Well, I'll start by saying Little Blue Cart was created out of an anger and a need. An anger at at the election results of 2024 and a need of my daughter needing her senior pictures taken. And so Kate's son was also a senior that year and had just had his photos taken. I really liked them. And I just said, hey, who was your photographer and who did she vote for? Because I did not want... I had made that decision at that point. I was not going to consciously spend with small businesses that had voted for him. Just as you said, you cannot escape the corporate, owning of all these other name brand things that we've grown accustomed to buying, or just toilet paper. But we can control our small dollar spending, and so that's where Little Blue Cart came to be, because Kate and I knew that we were not alone in the way we felt. We had very strong feelings, thinking like, Lord have mercy, I cannot believe we're going to go through this again. And so, that's how it came to be. And conversations rolled really quick after that, because we were like, we cannot be alone. Let's create a directory of small businesses. And here we are. We just celebrated 1 year. We had our first TikTok that we put online on January 22nd, announcing it.
No, that's actually how I found you. It's through social media, millennial over here.
Yeah.
Definitely, like, we just go to the socials first. And I was like, there has to be places where y'all have kind of done the work for me.
Right.
So that's the reason why I reached out too, because I was like, there's I wish there was more people that would do this, but I do understand it's a larger undertaking. And what I really love is that both y'all, your moms, you come from a military background, like, and it's just like I feel like the advocacy too for diverse brands from diverse owners, is really, really a huge spotlight on all the buying power that we actually can have towards somebody, right? And small businesses, we all know, are very, very important. So talk to me about Little Blue Cart, what it encompasses, and how you're helping these small businesses.
Sure. So Yeah, like Erin said, we just celebrated 1 year, and right around the 1 year mark, we reached over 1,200 businesses that are on the listing or on Little Blue Cart directory. So we have everyone from, photographers, like she mentioned, to hairstylists, to clothing brands and makeup brands and skincare and candles. And so there's a huge range of things that people are looking for. And we wanted to create a place where you don't have to do the research. You don't have to like try and look up someone's voting record. Like, we've kind of done the basics for you, and we've created this directory where you can search for those vendors or service providers. I mean, we have accountants, we have travel agents, we have realtors, really everything, to try and make it easier. Like you said, we're all busy. Like, no one has time to be like looking up, it's hard enough to register myself to vote, let alone to like try and find out, search someone else's background to see if they're a good guy or a bad guy. So we try and take all that guesswork out of the way of shoppers. And then one of the biggest and most exciting things we did recently is we launched Little Blue Market. So this is a place where you can buy directly from vetted small businesses. So our directory, Little Blue Cart, is really like you search, you find them, and then you go to their website to purchase or to book or reserve a spot or engage them to take your pictures or whatever. And then on the market, you can shop directly, like, oh, I need a new baby gift. Okay, here's an adorable blanket, sending it. And I know the person I'm buying from is not going to turn around and donate money or buy a MAGA hat or, show up supporting Lord knows who, terrible politician. You know that your money is going to someone who shares your values. And you, so cheesy, I'm about to say this out loud. I can't believe you can't put a price on that. Like, it in this day and age, knowing where your money goes is so important. It's one of those rare levers that of power we actually have left. And then, when we all start doing it, like we talked about Target, you think about Target.
Mm-hmm.
The power in that was that so many people made that choice. Like, this place no longer aligns with my values. Was it easy to leave Target? No. But that's a sacrifice you make to keep your values, right? So is it super easy to browse and buy all your things from different places and wait a week for shipping instead of 2 days? No. But these are like small sacrifices that you can make to know where your money's going. And it's totally worth it.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for me, it's been a little, I feel like it's just recently. We talked a little bit offline about me living in Los Angeles and kind of being at the heart of kind of seeing a lot of the injustices happen. And it's one of these situations where I recently started taking this a little bit more seriously. Like, I'm going to be honest, I never really thought about small business or anything like that until really like the holidays or maybe somebody's birthday or something like that. Like, it didn't really, like, if I'm going to buy supplements or I'm going to go buy whatever, it's just not something I think about.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're the US, we're huge consumers. And so I'm like, efficiency was key for me. But now it's one of those situations where I'm like, okay, I am not agreeing with a lot of things that are happening. And now what do I need to do? Because there's a lot of people making a lot of noise. But even though I 100% believe in all of that stuff, part of it is like, but is it just noise? Like, where does where's the other levers that we can pull? That's one. What are the other ones? So thoughts on this, and like, have you seen an increase lately in people? Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
I would say it's making a huge difference. And I will say, I want to back up just a second to say the impact that these businesses are having with the shoppers coming and checking them out is it's amazing to see. Personally, I'm getting so much happiness out of making purchases, knowing that I've literally taken money away from a corporation and put it directly into the pocket of somebody that's going to need it to pay a utility bill. As I'm sitting here at my table, I have items that I have personally purchased, and I'm super excited about using. But absolutely, our website gets tens of thousands of hits it was at daily, Kate. I don't even know the numbers. It's incredible the amount of impact that it's having. And I would say this, it's really, really hard to just look at everything and say, okay, how am I going to cut back? It literally takes one step to buy one item, or you can determine, I don't really need that item that I'm buying right now. I mean, it's just an extra thing that I've just bought because I could get it cheap and easy. But is that cheap and easy really something you want to do, or you need it, or is it you want to help contribute to that corporation's bottom dollar? And so, but it is a little bit more expensive. We don't want to make it sound like it's a cheaper option, because it is not. Most cases, because we want American made. We're offering you an American made product by people that are values aligned, and I think that that's invaluable for us and for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Kate, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, I would just say, like we say all the time, like, you know, we have been a little bit activism-y in the past several years. And so it's, you know, like we marched, we voted, and it still felt like everything was out of control. Like things are just sort of awful, and money talks. Like it just makes an impact. And when you're affecting someone's bottom line, they pay more attention than when you're, you know, picketing, which might not impact their pocketbook. So this is a way for folks to really take a lever of power that we do have and to use it for good. And like one specific example, over the Thanksgiving holiday, there was a very big coordinated effort not to shop certain places over Black Friday and that whole weekend, to just not spend, not be a part of it unless you were supporting small businesses. And our web traffic grew over 400% that weekend, because there was like a concerted effort to do that, to shop small, to avoid the big mega conglomerate people owned by crazy billionaires who do not give a crap about you, right? Like their concern is not about us at all, or our democracy. So avoiding those folks when you can, and supporting someone who does care about her neighbors, and who does care about her democracy, and who does give a shit, sorry, about.
No, I mean, I literally swear if as much as you want.
So, and again, like Erin and I always say, we're not purists. Like, we're not suggesting you can never run to the big grocery store, order from Amazon, or what. Like, we get it. We're all human. But every, like, one change, you know, if everyone listening to this podcast, instead of ordering something on Prime tomorrow, went and found a small business to support, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars going out of someone's pocketbook who doesn't need it and is going to use it to waste money or have a $50 million wedding or whatever. Like, putting it in the pocketbook of someone who needs it to pay the rent, or who needs it because they're literally turning around and donating it to charities in their community. It's just night and day between where your money will end up. And we just get so much joy out of doing this work and supporting small businesses. It's been really, it's amazing. So
I think it's a testament for people, because I think what we end up thinking about is like, does it actually make a difference? You know, right? Like, and you're right. You know, that one decision where you can actually be like, you know what, instead of ordering online from a corporation, I know the store down the street carries this. Let me just go grab it from them.
Yeah.
And I think the effects of Target should be a reminder about how much buying power you actually really do have.
100%.
Can you talk to me about some of the businesses that you're seeing pop up on your guys' platform, and like what's doing well and what people can expect when they start browsing through?
Yeah.
Well, we can speak on the market side, since we can actually see the sales, because on the directory side, let's just put it out there, we don't see any of what they're purchasing. We are literally like the yellow pages. You go, you look very broadly on a subject, and you can narrow it down, and then it takes you to their website. And once you have left the directory, we have no knowledge of sales. Those owners will periodically email us or send us messages on social media telling us about the impact that they've had, which is amazing. We absolutely live for those things. But on the market side, I can tell you, there is not a single item that is popular. People are buying from Trump poopy pants, dog excrement, poop bags, to like cross stitching and soaps. And I mean, it runs the gamut. And so, yeah, you would be I would love to tell you that there is a specific shop owner. I love being able to see like a new shop owner be supported, like from the, the market being back end, you could see the sales, and I just love it. I love seeing that it's having an impact. And we've only been open 30 days, Kate. And
Nice.
Wow.
not even 30 days, yeah, with the market. And so what we would, like Kate said, if you can just make one change of an item that you're currently buying, no, it is not going to be the brand, because we're not selling corporate brands on the directory or on the market. That's just not how it works, or on the directory. But you find something, a moisturizer. We have, some people have some sunscreen products. That's a constant need. A hand soap. We do have somebody that sells vitamins, just different things. Like, you would just be surprised. Just go find one thing and commit to making a change every so often of that one item, and you'll create a new habit. Because corporations have created this need for us to have everything and have it fast. And we have to take that back and say, okay, I don't need everything, and I don't need it right now. And so just creating new habits for yourself is really where it starts. And I love getting the things in the mail, snail mail, but
it's so funny. Like, we literally just sent out a newsletter today featuring like the most popular items, and they are all over the place, which is so fun. It's like a tote bag, a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, chocolates, a cross-stitching project. I mean, like across the board, just it's so fun. And like Erin said, everyone is so talented. That has been one of the other things that has just like one of the greatest joys of doing Little Blue Cart and Little Blue Market is seeing how incredibly talented people are. Like, people are so good at stuff, so talented. And at that part, it's just been really fun. Oh, and there's one that this is another sort of random on the market. Someone sells those like blind book dates with a book. So if you could be like, oh, I want a romance novel about star-crossed lovers. So you buy like a whole, and it comes with like stickers. And someone recently I saw bought it for a teenager. They have like tween ones too. So you can buy like a surprise book as a gift. It's ready to go. I feel like that's a really fun random.
Oh my gosh, that's way cool.
Yeah.
So talk to me then, like, if I'm a business owner and I'm interested in the directory or the marketplace, what's the process?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So if you want to be on the directory, either one. So you go to littlebluecart.com, and from there you can click on going to the directory, or you can go to the market. In either place, they are separate entities, and they are separate logins, so that you have to manually create those accounts. Okay. So once you're there, though, you can decide whether you want your business to be on a directory type of platform. All service-based businesses are going to be on the directory platform. And if you want to be a products-based business, you can be on both. So you would apply separately to each one of them, and then we would go through the approval process. Depends on the type of account you have. You get to move to the head of the line, or you just get in line, because we have so many people. I mean, that have applied. They said 1,200, but now we're over 1,300.
Wow.
Since the end of February, or end of January. Sorry. So yes, and you just fill out the information about your business and wait. Usually it's 7 days. I try to stay on top of that so that it doesn't get too bogged down and you don't have to wait so long. But it's 1 to 3 weeks is what we promise. And then on the market side, it's a little bit faster. because we don't have the long line. But yeah, it's a really simple process for the business owner. And then once they are granted access.
But explain how you decide if they can join.
Oh, yes. I do deep delving into their socials. I look at the website, make sure, I mean, it's one thing to sell something that's like left leaning, but then if you sell something that's also right leaning, with political wise, that's exactly antithetical to what we are trying to do. So we're not making money off selling MAGA merch on the directory or the market. So yes, I look into all of the items that they sell. I look at their missions. I read their about me's. I want to know exactly what content they're putting out on their socials and on their websites. And then I check to see if they've donated to Republican politicians, because I think it's important to know that they're not donating to the causes while sitting there advocating for something they are voting against.
So it sounds like there's definitely a true vetting process here.
Yeah.
Can you talk to me? Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to make a joke about how, our generation has figured out stalking real well. So out there, Erin's going to find it, and you're not joining.
You'll figure it out. Can you talk to me about maybe some of the success cases and maybe some of the feedback you're getting from both businesses and shoppers?
Yeah. Some, like Erin mentioned earlier, those, when we get an email about I saw through 2 orders this morning come through from Little Blue Cart, because the shop owners a lot of times can't see exactly where they're coming from. Around the holidays was so fun because we were getting messages like, oh, I just went shopping and I got, 3 things from different shops and I'm so excited. And hearing feedback, we, obviously put together a whole holiday guide, hearing we can nail, this many sales to being in the guide. And it just, hearing that it's worked, and every time someone gets their first sale or gets their first referral and then they tell us it's working. It's just so rewarding. And then obviously we can see directly on the market that it's working, and having people say, I've caught on and I've had more sales more quickly than I have on other marketplaces. It's because we are smaller. It's not overrun with junk. It's not overrun with AI stuff that real people didn't make. It's not, you don't have to search 10 pages to get to the good stuff. It's all good. And the people who are using our websites are doing it because they want to feel good about what they're shopping. And so we already have this perfect invested audience served up on a platter for folks on the market. So it really has been, just so rewarding to hear and see people get sales and see, someone created a tote and it sold really well. And so she was like, I'm going to make more of these. This version, I've never done it before. It's just, that part's been really fun. And I feel like you asked a 2-part question. I forget what.
No, I feel like you guys have such a solid platform to make such a huge difference. And I feel like both a shopper's and an actual business's, journey. And I feel like it's a situation where I want to start encouraging people to kind of taking a look at what it is that they buy regularly and what other options there would be. So I know you guys have a list of people. I know that you have a marketplace. You're nationwide, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. My thing is, if I am someone who's listening and I'm trying to figure out, okay, well, I don't really know exactly what I could buy that is not from a corporation. Do you have any sort of words of wisdom for those people? Because I can just imagine somebody, and it was myself until recently, until I really took a look at what the heck I'm buying. Where they're just like, well, not everybody sells vitamins, or not everybody sells protein powder, or not everybody, and I'm just thinking list off of the top of my head for things. So how can people really take a look at their lives, what they're buying, and figure out where they could make the change?
I think it's a real good question. And I think that the best way to answer that is to say, first of all, don't wait to the last minute when you need to get something that where you want to make an impact, because sometimes it does take a little bit of looking into. So it depends on the item, of course. If you're trying to buy a friend a pair of earrings for her birthday, we have you covered. We have so many people that can take care of that. But if you want to have a real estate agent, you need to make sure you do your research and figure out like which one in the area. And, it takes a little bit more time. But also, just understand that it is not an easy change to switch over. And that's why I highly recommend just make it a onesie twosie kind of thing, so that it doesn't seem overwhelming, because we're not expecting perfection. Like Kate said, we don't expect perfection from ourselves. But don't get me wrong, I get mocked by my children constantly, like, "Oh, we can't go shopping here," because yeah, that's right. Well, they don't, but they just love to make fun of me. But you have to start somewhere, and it's just important that you not overwhelm yourself. Do not think you are expected to have a perfect spending experience, with leaving out corporations, but just do know that it's going to cost you a little bit more money, unfortunately, and a little bit more time until you figure out exactly what it is. You like the hair gel that Susan sells, the different items that you prefer. So that's how I feel.
I feel like it's truth. It's a thing that I myself am trying to get out of the habit of expecting everything to be delivered tomorrow.
Yeah.
We've been trained
Yes.
in this way that they make it really convenient.
And they do it on purpose. It's all on purpose.
No one else can do it. Like no one else has warehouses across the country, tens of thousands of millions of employees. It's just not a model that even other corporations can compete with. It's just not. And I've relied on it same as everybody else for a really long time. And breaking that habit, we were talking about Target. Breaking up with Target stunk. Because that was
I really enjoy walking through Target.
Yeah.
And then I loved it. And I would leave with hundreds of dollars of crap I didn't need, but I loved it. It made me so happy. But now, like, as soon as I made that choice, like, well, if their values don't align with mine anymore, they're not getting my money. And as soon as it's like you made that decision, it made sense. I didn't want to go back, it's been so long. I don't miss it anymore because it's not a habit.
Yeah.
So, it's just like, I feel like we're repeating ourselves over, but you don't have to go like 180 and now, like cancel every credit card and only use cash and only buy local. No,
it's not realistic.
Right. But making one change a week or one different shopping next time you're buying a birthday present, or next time you're looking for, to treat yourself with a bath bomb, or really whatever it is, you think about, just changing that one purchase at a time. And the impact, if we all start making these little changes, will really add up. So
if I may say too, the biggest lie we've ever been told is that our money doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where we spend our money with. It's not going to affect Target. It's not going to affect, any of these corporations. And that is just not true. It's just like saying that when you vote for someone, that your vote doesn't count. It literally counts, or they would not do everything they could to discourage you from doing it. So yes, they have trained us to buy and get things instantaneously, which I will say, Amazon, before I cut it out, they started delaying their deliveries by days themselves. So they themselves are not being able to keep up with the next day delivery. Not to say that they don't exclusively, they still do have that option. But just to say that, we do have that money that we're spending on a small business rather than a corporation. Every dollar you're taking away from them, it really does affect them. And if we do it as a collective, we do it as a whole group of women, that we can make a huge impact, and we will make a huge impact. We already are. Ask Target, because they will tell you in their bottom lines, it makes an impact. So I just think that don't buy the lie. Do not buy the lie. Just buy from the small progressive businesses on our platform. Support these women, mostly women, and I think that it's a great feeling for you. It's a great result for them, and it's sticking it to the big guy all at the same time.
Look at that. Okay, so to wrap up this interview, I have a few rapid fire questions. So one of them is a brand that you love recommending.
Ooh, that's a fun one. Can I go Jasper and Ellen? I'm wearing a necklace. She's a military spouse. She's one of the early adopters who joined Little Blue Cart, and now she sells on the market. And so first of all, I just think her jewelry is gorgeous, and she's a military spouse. So I have that extra affinity because, like you mentioned, Erin and I are both military spouses of a very long time.
Okay, because I'm so bad about on the fly questions, I cannot remember. It's Glassworks, something Glassworks, and I will get you the name of it. I'm so excited! My glass game. I just ordered them and got them in the mail.
So yeah, talk about those glasses you found.
Yeah, I've been talking about these are hand blown glasses, and I just am. And she signs it. Oh my gosh, I'm just so in love. So she's on the directory. She is not on the market. She's too busy right now to get her store started on the market. But oh my gosh, I'm just so excited.
Oh, I love that. I was actually looking for stuff like that, so I'm gonna have to check out the directory.
There you go.
Okay, quiet alignment or loud activism?
I think quiet alignment has the best impact that they don't see coming. Kate?
I know. I think there's a time and a place for both.
Okay.
So I do think I think quiet alignment can be a gateway to loud activism when necessary.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. What's in your cart right now?
Earrings from Ziggy on the market. Yeah, they're beautiful.
They're jade.
Yeah, they're jade. Yes, they're stunning.
Beautiful. It's embarrassing. There's a guy named Jed who makes sweaters that are so cute. I already have one. It's called a heart on your sleeve, and it's literally like a heart stitched on your sleeve. Love those. Sleepy Knits. I forget the full name. She makes these gorgeous cozy blankets. I'm always have a blanket on my lap. I have those in my cart all the time. Toot Decor. I'm probably saying it wrong. It's the most delicious looking caramels that I have had in my cart on and off literally for a month. I could go on.
Touche du jour is, let me give you a special cat. Touche du jour is phenomenal in the candy department. Oh my gosh.
And I, as you can see, don't even do nails. There's just Spicy Bite Nails. Raquel makes press-on nails that look like freaking art. I just want to scroll through her shop to admire. They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
So fun. And I have a candle over there from Chill Babe Candle. Those smell delicious. Yeah. Fake and Ivory soap.
You're like, I have everything.
I think it was a solid 2 weeks until I wasn't the highest spender. So
single-handedly supporting all the businesses.
That is literally the biggest problem. It's like I can't buy everything, unfortunately. So that is the problem. We need to keep selling things so that I can support my local.
So that I can support. You know what? It's a full circle thing. You're just reinvesting, right?
Exactly. I'm helping the economy. Ours.
Oh my goodness. Okay, last question. Finish this sentence. Your money is
powerful.
Your vote.
Love that. All right. Okay, Erin, where can people find you, follow you, all the things?
All the things.
We're everywhere.
We're
everywhere. And under Little Blue Cart, Little Blue Market has its separate Instagram, but we also run through things through the Little Blue Cart on Instagram as well.
Is it all under Little Blue? Is that the handle?
Yep.
Yeah. If you look for us under Little Blue Cart, you'll find us literally everywhere. We're
Yep.
on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Blue Sky, YouTube, Facebook.
all the
everywhere.
socials.
We don't stop shouting about the wonderful small businesses. Yes, and littlebluecart.com.
Yep.
Awesome. And that's the directory in the marketplace. Can you find that under there too?
Yes. When you go to the homepage, it's right at the top. So if you're in the mood to sort of browse and find services or, get a longer list of stuff, you're going to go to the directory. And if you're ready to just start shopping, go to the market.
I'm getting all my alerts now too. Thank you so much for joining us. Really, really appreciate you taking some time to explain to us what it is that you're doing over there at Little Blue Cart and Little Blue Market. And congratulations on only being here for like a year and already dominating and having such success stories. It's quite unbelievable. Slay Nation, go check them out. I checked them out. That's how I found them. I checked them out. There's lots of really cool things on there. And as always, thank you so much for listening. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, all of the things. You can find us on SoSheSlays.com. So She Slays across all the social platforms. And don't forget our Patreon, So She Slays Unfiltered AF, launches March 2nd. Head to the website to lock in your founder pricing before our launch. Join that guest list. And until next time, we'll catch you later. Thanks so much.